welcome to Thursday morning yoga. Today's class is going to be a sun bee variation, and we're just going to take it get started right away into it. We've got a little balancing, a little flowing, and a little soothing stretching at the end. So we'll get started in child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, and then send your hips back. And once again, if this is not comfortable for you, child's pose isn't for everyone. You could just start in a seat, would be fine. All right, and then bring your arms out long, so a nice stretchy child's pose here, and your forehead can come to the mat. And take these first, we're gonna be here for about 10 to 12 breaths. So take the first 5 breaths to wiggle out anything you need to, get yourself comfortable. Check out all those spaces this morning. So maybe side to side hips, coming up onto your elbows and then pushing your hands away. So you're sending your hips as far back to your heels as you can. Whatever works for you. Wiggle it out. And then close your eyes and start to relax. Focusing only on your breath. Smoothing out any glitches that you might feel as best as you can, whatever that means to you. And then close your lips and start to come into a nose-to-nose breath. 3 to 4 count inhale and a 3 to 4 count exhale. We should be able to maintain that through our whole practice. And even while we're moving, we'll be sending signals to our brain and our body that our body is in control, that we are safe, and that we are calm and relaxed. If at any time, we're going to start moving pretty quickly in this flow, if at any time you find yourself mouth breathing, then you need to back off a little bit and come back to that 3 count in, 3 count out, only through the nose. That's my disclaimer. Take 3 more deep inhales and exhales. This time noticing how the inhales and exhales move your body. This is your reminder to keep these linked through your practice. Really just focusing on breath and movement. Let's go ahead and walk the hands off the right edge of the mat as far as you can. Make this a nice stretchy child's pose twist. Inhale, look forward, then exhale, bring your forehead to the ground. 2 breaths here. Nice long side stretch in the left side body. Put your attention right there for a second. Let's come back to center and then just walk the hands over to the left as far as you can. And take 4 breaths here, since I was chatty on the other side. Focusing on the right side of the body this time. Focusing how those exhales really send the hips back to the heels. Bring the shoulders away from the ears, one more little notice, and then come back to center. And keeping your feet just where they are, knees wide. If you haven't been in child's pose, please join us now. We'll come up onto hands and knees. Let's take a couple cats and cows. This is my favorite space to do this with the feet like this. I don't know, I like it. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest and the tail to the sky. Exhale, round everything in, back goes towards the ceiling. Take 2 more each time, making these cats and cows a little bit deeper. Inhale, lifts everything, draw those shoulders down the back. Exhale, curls it all under. And then the last one, make your spine as long as you can in each movement. And then we'll come to stillness. Flattening out the back, sending the tail to the back of the mat, the crown of the head to the front of the mat, and feel really long. Push away with your fingers and spread them even wider. Bring the left hand underneath the face. And then we'll do this, draw a bow and arrow with the right hand. So draw this arm to the sky, hands to the sky. 2 breaths here, really making your neck as long as you can. Maybe gaze can go at the hands. 1 more, inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the hand back down. We're going to take that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the hand to the sky. On the exhale, slow 3 count. Exhale, bring the hand back down. 1 more. Just trying to find some extra space in the shoulders this morning. Exhale, bring the hand down. We'll replace it. So as you bring the left hand to the sky, we're going to take 3 breaths in this first one. Holding, breathing, letting the inhales and exhales make this a deeper twist. Long neck. And then exhale, bring that hand to the ground, and we'll take it up 2 more times. This time, 1 breath, 1 movement. So inhale, lift the hand, full inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Great. All right, hands as wide as the shoulders, spread the fingers. We'll curl the toes under. We're coming into down dog. Really pedal this out. Nice deep bend in one knee as you bring the opposite heel to the floor. And come back to your 3 count in, 3 count out, breath through the nose. Gaze goes at your belly button, test it out. Maybe you shake the head yes and no, finding some more space in the shoulders and neck area. Take 3 to 5 more breaths here, playing in your down dog. When you're ready, you'll come to stillness, but take your time. Like I said, we're going to start standing pretty quickly here. That's going to be our next move, so I want you to feel as limber as possible so early in the morning. When you come to stillness, just send the heels as close to the mat as you can. Push away and send the hips to the sky. Nice, steady, down dog. So much work happening right here in this resting posture. Then I'm going to inhale, look forward, and we're just going to step the feet to the front of the mat into forward fold. Let's take the half lift to really lengthen the spine. And come to your exhale, forward fold. Send the crown of the head to the ground. That means you're looking at your knees. And if you need a deep bend this morning, that probably would feel good. And if you're not sure, then go ahead and bend your feet and then start to straighten the legs. Bend your feet. Bend your knees, then start to straighten the legs. And we're just going to roll up to standing here, bringing the hands up and overhead. Nice, big, wide stretch here. And then exhale, let's take it right back down. Swan dive. Arms go out on the exhale. Come right back to your forward fold. We're going to take 2 more just like that. Inhale, roll up. Bring the hands overhead. Take your full exhale to take a swan dive down. Full deep inhale up. Oh, let's take 1 more. I lost count. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Keep the hands up overhead. Let's grab one wrist or the other and take a side bend. We're going to hit both sides, so it doesn't matter. Gaze can go up at the ceiling. Inhale back to center, take it to the other side. 1 more full inhale, exhale. Inhale back to center and draw the hands to heart. Hold here just a moment. Come back to your nose-to-nose breath. Pull that up and down. We can feel it in our heart, right? Ooh, feel your heart. Bring your thumbs right to your chest and feel that heartbeat. Awesome. We're going to take some balancing right away. So lift the right knee. If you want to hit a wall or a piece of furniture, that'd be great. Inhale the left knee up into the chest. And then we're going to take tree. So your tree could be toe on the ground, foot on the calf, or pull your foot up as far as you can. Maybe you reach down and pull it all the way up into your hip crease. We've got 5 breaths here, which gives us enough time to try something with our arms. Maybe bring them up overhead, steeple fingers like this. You could try to purposefully sway right to left. Maybe you just have enough time to fall out a tree and come back into it, trying to send this left knee as wide as it will go, lifting up out of the right hip. And then from here, we're going to keep this balance and bring the left foot behind the right foot. So big toe can come to the ground or it can hover. and we're going to take a curtsy bow. So either toe on the ground or not, we'll send the hips back. We're going to go all the way to the ground. So go as low as you can, and let's hold for just a little bit, 2 breaths maybe. Feeling all those muscles working, squeeze the thighs together. And then maybe bring the hands to the ground, and we're gonna sit all the way down in this crisscross legged space so we can take a twist, right? Or get here however you want. I've got my left foot across my right foot across my left knee. Take your elbow around the left, what is this? My right knee, it's on the wrong side. Right hand behind your hips. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, we're gonna twist and gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, sit you tall. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths here. Took so much work to get here. We better enjoy the stretch. A little bit taller in your spine, and then twist from the waist. All right, we're gonna unravel, bringing the hands back to the front of the mat. And from here, we're coming into one-legged standing forward fold. So right foot's on the floor. We're just gonna kick the left foot back behind us. So if that transition didn't work, your right foot's on the floor, left foot to the sky, and your hands are on the mat. So you could bend your knee if you need to. You could bring both feet down into just a regular forward fold. Gaze goes to your knee, crown of the head, reaching towards the floor. And then on an exhale, we're just going to slowly drop the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, half lift, and we're going to take 3 more of those raise and lowers. So on an inhale, bring your arms out and around, all the way up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. 2 more. I'll count this time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slow lower. Feel free to bend your knees as much as feels good. I feel like on the inhale lift, the knee bend feels really good. Exhale, lower. I already lost count. Shouldn't talk. Inhale, raise back up, and let's take those side bends. Maybe to the left first this time. And then to the right. Inhale, back to center. Bring the hands through the heart. When you're ready, this time we'll lift the right knee into the chest and take 5 to 6 to however long it takes me to get through this count with your tree pose. You make all the little adjustments, decide how you feel on this side. Maybe you tried the side bend on the other side or just a little different variation. Give yourself time to fall out and come back into it. Making all those adjustments of trying to widen the right knee. My foot keeps slipping. What's the point? Bring it down here. Lift up tall. And then we'll start to bring the right leg behind the left leg so toe could come to the mat, or we'll hover and start to lower the hips. So much work here. Balance, balance, balance. And then pause, 2 breaths. Really feeling that shake and quake, so much work happening. And then you can bring the hands to the mat and we'll sit right down into this twist. This time, right hand reaches around the left knee, sit up tall, and gaze goes over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. 2 more breaths. Come back to your nose-to-nose breathing and let that help you in the twist. Inhale, we're going to unwind. Unwind to whatever edge of the mat works for you. And we'll come into that standing one-legged forward fold. So this time you're on the left leg. Right leg is reaching up behind you, crown of the head to the floor. Just 2 more breaths here. Just trying to keep lifting the right thigh away from the left thigh. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Doesn't matter how high it goes. A little different balancing act here. And then bring the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center. And now we'll start our sun bee flow variation. So bring the feet together. Give your heels a little bit of room between. Arms come up overhead and we're coming into chair. So drop the hips down, trying to put some weight in the heels. Gaze goes up. You could even bring your arms out for more leverage to bring your hips back, or arms can go up by biceps by your ears. On an inhale, straighten the legs, stand up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, and exhale, come back into plank. Step both feet to the back of the mat. Hold here in plank, spreading your fingers wide, pushing away from the mat and doming your shoulders. Drop your hips. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. From here, hands are under your shoulders. You're on the tops of your feet. Just inhale, lift your chest. Baby cobra. Exhale, bring your forehead to the ground. And then push your hips back, coming into tabletop. Curl the toes under, down dog. 2 breaths here. And an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. We're coming into warrior A. So pivot the back foot 45 degrees. Lunge into the right knee. Inhale, arms up. 2 breaths to set this. Warrior A's. Hips face the front of the mat. Make your spine as long as it can be. So maybe you tuck your tail just a little bit. Gaze can go up. And then we're going to open up T arms to the left. And you're going to be at a little bit of an angle because we're going to keep our feet just like this. That's okay. A little bit of an angle to the left corner of your mat. 2 breaths. Gaze out over at the right hand, thumb, and then reverse this. Left hand comes down the back leg. Gaze goes up. 2 breaths here. After your second exhale, cartwheel the hands to the front of the mat and step back to plank. Hold for 2 breaths. Lower down to the belly. And take that little cobra, uncurl the toes, lift the chest. Exhale, forehead to the mat. And then push back on your heels, curl the toes under, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, foot comes between the hands. Pivot the back foot. Inhale, come to warrior A. A few breaths here to set this, really squaring the hips, nice. Gaze goes up if possible. Exhale, T arms. Again, a little bit at an angle. Set it up, drop the shoulders down the back. Gaze goes to the left thumb. And then reverse. 2 breaths in your reverse. Get long in the spine. Let your breath move you. Then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank. Hold 2 breaths. Be strong. Exhale, slowly lower to your belly. Uncurl the toes, forehead to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Just a little lift. Let it all be, not your hands pushing, all in your upper body. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Curl the toes under, push back, come into down dog. And then we'll close this little series by looking forward, stepping both feet to the front of the mat. Listen carefully. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the knees low. We're coming right up into chair. Sink the hips a little bit deeper. And then straighten the knees. Bring the hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Let's send the hands down by the sides. Palms shine forward. Just come back to the breath. 3 breaths here. Take a body scan, head to toe. How's your breath? Smooth it out. How does everything feel? Where have you created more space or calmness or strength? Bring your feet, hips distance, toes pointing to the corners. And then we'll just exhale, send the hips back, coming into yoga squat. We're going to a seat, so if you want to skip this, you can go right to a seat. From here, try to open your knees with your elbows. Drop your hips a little lower and sit your back as straight as you can. It's all a work in progress. No matter if it's you're working on your feet, you're working on your heels, you're working on how low or straight your spine can go. So don't beat yourself up for I wish I could. It's all something to work on. We've got like 6 spaces in this posture that are work-ons. And then exhale, just bring your bottom to the mat. Soles of the feet together. Let's start, we'll take 3 forward folds. We're gonna start in cobbler's pose because it's my favorite. My favorite, it works best for my body. If sitting here is not working for you, sometimes it's because of how, well, it always is because of how our bodies are built, but you can sit up on a block and that will put your femurs down in better alignment for a forward fold or a blanket or something like that. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, we're gonna try to keep our focus on a straight spine. So as you fold forward, gaze goes to the front of the room or to a wall or something. We're gonna keep looking out at the horizon. Slowly coming down, maybe your elbows are pressing against your shins, that'd be great. And again, just focusing on long spine as you slowly come into this forward fold. And when you're as low as you can get with that straight spine, go ahead and curl the chin into the chest. 3 breaths here. Each exhale bringing you a little bit closer to the ground. Inhale, find space. Exhale, drop deeper in. And then just as carefully, we'll unwind ourselves back to a seat. So next forward fold could be the same thing, or bring your legs wide. For me, I'm gonna sit on this block because wide legs, well, it's not as easy. And wide is whatever your legs make of it. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, let's start to walk the hands forward. Toes have lots of energy in them, so maybe pointed to the sky. And then we're gonna walk out as flat back as we can, as low as we can go, and then chin to chest. 3 breaths. Let the breath move you, fire it up. Maybe you can hear it in your ears. Walk your hands back to center. So third forward fold, your choice. It could be one of those 2, or bring the feet out long in front of you. Inhale, arms go up for this one. Then exhale, nice flat back, start to fold. Gaze is forward. Maybe you wrap your hands around your feet, or they could go to the floor, your choice. And then when you're as flat as you can get, curl your chin into your chest. 3 breaths here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Get longer. And inhale, slowly roll yourself up. We've got enough time for one last awesome twist. Come onto your back. I'm just gonna bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, enjoy that. Maybe a little rock back and forth. Feel it on your lumbar spine, nice. Then arms go out in T, and let's take the knees to the left first. Yes, to the left first. If you can, let your gaze follow your right fingertips. And we're just gonna spend 5 to 6 breaths here, getting as heavy as we can. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Let the breath move your belly. Feel really supported on the ground. Finish your last cycle of breath, and then come back to center, hugging your knees into your chest. Remember to move yourself kindly and gently. All good signals that you care about your body and you care about your experience on the mat. It will bring you back the next day. Arms go wide in T. Drop the knees to the right. Gaze follows the left fingertips. And then relax. Maybe a little body scan here, checking in. Wherever you created space, ease, strength. Just notice. Just ask your body and then wait to see what comes up. You don't have to have an answer. Try to relax your hips and your knees. And the skin of your face. 2 more breaths. Inhale your knees back to your chest. 1 more squeeze. And here you've got choices. So we're just going to take a few last breaths together as our Shavasana. You could do that in traditional Shavasana, or you can join me in a seat. Or you could come to fetal pose, might feel good too. Wherever you decide to be, settle in, get your wiggles out, shake it loose, and then find stillness. Close your eyes. Let's take 5 deep breaths together. I am so grateful for our morning practices together. Thank you for joining and have a lovely day.